Hello and welcome back to another video. Now, for those of you that are new here, I'm currently turning this Mercedes Vario into a luxurious overland camper van. So if that's something that interests you, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. Now, because this is going to be a luxurious overland camper van, it means I'm going to have a really nice shower installed in this van. And to supply water to that shower, I'm going to need a rather large water tank. So I was perusing eBay just the other day, looking for water tanks, and I came across this one. It's 190 litres. It is second-hand, it has been used. It's got a few holes pre-drilled in the lid, which is okay, we can utilise those. But the main thing is, let me just undo this because I'm going to need to do this one-handed. Oh. It is a proper water tank, and it does have baffles inside it, which is really vital if you're carrying a large volume of water like this, because if you're not, it's going to slosh around and do all sorts of unstable things to your vehicle. So really important to have baffles in a water tank of this sort of size. And obviously, because it was second hand, it was a fraction of the price that I would have to have paid for a brand new one. But the fantastic thing is, look how well it fits in my van. Look at this, it's going to fit absolutely perfect right above my rear axle. So all that weight is going to be directly above my rear axle. So rather than having the weight on one side or the other side, or too far forward, too far back, it's going to be positioned absolutely perfect. Now, I was about to make a hole in the side of my van to fit the water filler, because the water pipe's going to come up here, go into the side of the van. It's going to be, I just can't believe my luck, it really is going to be perfect for this project. And then before drilling the hole in the side of my van, it just occurred to me I should really test this before using it and make sure it doesn't leak. And it just so happens that it's not raining today. It's actually a dry day. I don't know how long it's going to stay dry for though. Look at the clouds. But because it is a dry day, it means I can actually test this and make sure it's not leaking. So I've put a fitting in the drain plug here, or what's going to be used as the outlet when I do come to use it. I'm simply going to put a piece of pipe in here like this, just wedge that in to stop any water coming out. Oh, that's a nice tight fit. Yeah, that's not coming off. Put the other end in now. So let's take it outside, fill it up with water. Hopefully it doesn't leak. Hopefully I've not been sold a dud, because this was quite cheap really for what it was. With the delivery charge, £115. I mean, there's no way I could buy a water tank like this for that sort of money. New. Let's put it down here. Now, because it is dry outside, I'm going to try and put some water in here without spilling any. That way, if it does leak, I shall see any water anywhere. Now, because it is 190 litres, that means it's actually going to weigh 190 kilos. So there's no way I'm going to be able to lift this once it's full of water. So I think what I'm going to do actually is put some polystyrene or something underneath it just to support it. I'll be right back. Right, that's it. Okay, well, I couldn't find any polystyrene, but this old cardboard box will suffice, I'm sure. I did have a little bit of a leak here. Somebody disconnected the pipe from here to thread the hose pipe. I don't know why, but they disconnected this and they never bothered putting the washer back in. So that got a little bit messy. Thanks to whoever done that. Right, water is flowing nonetheless. So let's hope this fills up before it rains. That way I can actually check to see if it leaks. Yeah, it might take a while. Well, I've discovered a problem already. Look at this. There he is. Look at that. There's a spider swimming in my water tank. I don't really want a spider in my water tank. I've got to drink this water after all. More importantly, this is going to be my shower water. Look at him having a jolly good time in there. Actually, I think he's dead. Oh, sorry mate. I feel bad now. He's gone. He's gone. He swam off. Who is he? Oh, at least he made it, I suppose. Once the water level rises, we might be able to fish him out. Hopefully there's no fish in there. Yeah. Don't really want creatures in my water tank, to be honest. I guess that is the perils of buying a second-hand water tank. You don't know where it's been stored. Mind you, he might have jumped in there when I weren't looking. But the water level is rising rather quickly. Let's check for water leaks. It looks dry, apart from a few splashes where I tried to fish the spider out. It could be okay. Actually, if I let it overflow, out of the overflow, well, not the filler pipe, if I let the water overflow, then that flow of water should flush him out. Let's hope so. Well, the water tank is pretty full, look at that. It's definitely up to there. So I've switched the water off before it starts gushing out of here, just so I can have a look to see if there's any leaks. And I'm pleased to say, no, it doesn't look like it's leaking anywhere. Oh, hang on, what's that? Uh-oh. What's this here? It's just a drop where I was trying to fish the spider out. Yeah, the seams look okay. Yeah, I think we got away with that. What a bargain. That eBay seller is definitely going to get a positive feedback from me. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Right, now where's that bloody spider gone? Where is he? Can't see him anymore. He's gone. Right, buddy. Off you go. Have fun. Be free, my little friend. Well, hopefully the spider has vacated the premises. Let's pull this off and empty the tank. It might take a while to empty. There we go. Oh, stuck under the baffles. Oh no. There we go. Now whilst my tank is emptying itself, I'm going to go ahead, cut a hole in the side of my van and fit that filler. Now this line here represents where the bed is going to end, and this is going to be my bulkhead. This is going to be the dividing wall between my living space and my garage. And I've got this lined up exactly level with where the filler neck is inside the water tank. And I wanted to get this as high as possible. Obviously there's two governing factors in this. One's this beam and the other one was my jigsaw. So I needed to make sure my jigsaw would go all the way round. So the jigsaw at the end of the day was the deciding factor of how high my water filler was going to be in the side of my van. Now here's something that some of you may find mildly interesting. A roll of masking tape, used roll of masking tape that is, 37mm in diameter. My water filler, I think this is 36.6mm in diameter. That is how I managed to draw that circle on the side of my van. So now we've got that out of the way, let's cut this hole out. Let's hope it's in the right place. Hang on, this is supposed to go on the outside. Now for a little rush treatment before we actually fix this in place permanently. I like to seal any cut edges with a little bit of red oxide primer just to stop any rust, hopefully. A little bit on the inside too. Make sure it's got plenty on it. Perfect. Now whilst that dries, I'm going to go and have some lunch. Now today for lunch, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Try not to run over my step. I'm going to meet Becky for lunch. She just called me and said, do you fancy having a beer for lunch? Oh, there goes my alarm. It seems like such a lovely day. How can I resist? You only live twice. So it seems. So all I've got to do now is try and find Rebecca in this massive car park. She seems to be eluding me. It's like a swamp. Like a swamp thing. Look at this. And there's Rebecca there. In the middle of this swamp. I'm glad I didn't wash my van now. Oh goodness me, somebody's dumped a tyre. Why do people do that? There she is. There's Rebecca in all her beauty. Doesn't she look special? What?
Hello, are you alright?
Yeah,
hello everyone.
To seeing you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You liked the idea of me asking you out to dinner?
I did.
Yeah?
Was it lunch? Is it dinner, is it lunch, is it tea?
It's 3:10. I think we could call it afternoonses.
Afternoonses.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's go.
Let's go and have some afternoonses.
Yeah.
Parking recording started.
Mel wants burger, I can tell.
Yeah. Big fuck.
And I've just finished my video as well, so that's
Have you?
perfect timing.
So there you go. What do people need to do?
They need to subscribe to my channel to find out all about what I've been filming and getting up to. Sacred Traveller over on YouTube.
There you go. That's a cheap little plug for Becky. It's the least I can do, isn't it? After all, she's treating me to lunch.
Yeah.
Now, before we go and have lunch, look at the scenery here. Good choice, my dear. Look at you. You're looking lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, summery. Oh, look at this place. Oh, sorry, I've got the sun in your eyes. There we go. Hello, Mr. Swan. Oh, look, he's coming to see us. Is he a friendly swan or is he an angry swan? I think he's an angry swan. Yes. Get close and see what he does. We'll leave him to his day. Yes. Swan's got a bit of an attitude, I think. It's a bit of a grumpy swan. Right, Oh look, it's Monster. Monster! Here he is. Hello. Hello, I've seen you for a long time. Oh, do you know who I am? You even remember me? Yeah. I think he does. Look, he looks happy. Are you pleased to see me? I think it's between him and the Swan, we've got some lots of grunting and groaning going on.
Close to the Swan just earlier and had to pull it back because the Swan's up again.
Yeah, it was doing it to me. It was trying to grab the GoPro.
Was it?
Yeah, it's trying to steal the show, I think. It's trying to upstage me. Or was it outstage me? Did I lock my van? No. Right, I'm going to lock my van. Put my camera down before I forget.
Yeah.
Well, that was really nice catching up with Becky. We had a lovely lunch. Thank you, Becky, for that. It was a really nice treat. It really did break up my day. Now, when I left Becky, Mary, my van, decided to go into DPF regeneration mode. And I know this because whenever she goes into regen, she tends to smoke a little bit. So I thought to myself, I'll take a quick blast down the motorway just to make sure we get a nice good regen on my DPF. And I've ended up at Gloucester Services. So I thought, perfect opportunity to go and have a shower. You're more than welcome to join me. That don't sound quite right. Anyway, I'm going to have a shower. So here we are in the shower at Gloucester Services. As you can see, it's a really nice big shower. Got plenty of room. Nice little table there to put your stuff. Coat hangers there to hang your stuff up as well. It's even got a nice little floor squeegee so you can squish away other people's nasty mess. Now the first thing we want to do before I get undressed is check that it actually works. Yes, it works. Well, you can probably tell by the steam in here, it actually turned out to be alright. And the best thing is, it's absolutely free. So if you're not in the UK, let me know what country you're in and whether or not the same situation in your country, wherever you are. Do you have access to free showers on your motorways in your country? Drop a comment down below. I'll be interested to know. Can you even see me? It's a bit blurry. Well, I've got to say, I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a really nice shower. It looked a bit grim, but as it turned out, it was really hot. Yeah, I really needed that as well after the last couple of days of graft in the barn, especially after laying under the van for such a long amount of time. Right, how do I get out of here? I think I'll just follow that cop. They potentially know where they're going. Right, let's get back to the workshop. I feel like I've regenerated. And Mary has done a regen as well, so we're raring to go. Exiting coaches. It's gotta be the way. There's a little Westphalia in the petrol station. I really want one. I want another Westie. I don't know why. I'm addicted to camper vans now. Right, I'm gonna go because I'm getting back on the motorway. Well, that was a nice lunch. Thank you, Becky. Right, my paint's dry, so let's get back to work. I'm only going to put one screw in, so I just want to make sure that the filler actually clears that. It should do by the looks of it. So there we go, that's what it's going to end up looking like. I do think I need to seal all of this now because this is supposed to be our vapour barrier. I think that'll be quite straightforward. So far, I'm quite pleased with where this is going. So there we go, hopefully I can use that silver tape to seal all this, and that will give us a nice clean vapour barrier. Oh, good love. Look at that. It's thick enough for the Arctic Circle, that. Now I'm thinking, should I do the whole van like that? This is going to create a complete vapour barrier by the time I tape all that in, tape it all around the sides. We're going to be golden. I'll see you when I've finished it. So here's what it ended up looking like. As you can see, that kind of completes our vapour barrier. Now let's take a look outside. I'll show you what it looks like from outside looking in. Now remember, it is just a vapour barrier. It's not waterproof. No one's going to be throwing buckets of water up the side of my van inside. You know, it is really just to stop water vapour getting to the cold metal surface on the inside of the van. And I think that will probably do just that. A lot of people really do overthink when it comes to putting a vapour barrier in the van. They go completely over the top, and they make it as if they're building a roof or something. Like it's not going to rain inside your van. It is just a vapour barrier. It's to stop damp, moist air getting to your cold metal surfaces on the wrong side of your insulation. So try and just bear that in mind when it comes to insulating your van. And it is important to allow a certain amount of air to circulate behind your insulation, just in case any vapour does get there, so it can dry out in the summer. So there you go. That's my little take on it anyway. This should fit under there, like that. Yes, it's got back in some screw holes that it come out of, which is a bonus. Well, this was a lucky find. I found this tap in my box of bits and pieces. This tap's left over from when I fitted the Tri-Flow filter tap to my Sprinter. And it just so happens it's a 1/2 inch fitting. The handle was facing the wrong way originally, but I've taken it off, flipped it round the other way. So this tap is going to go into my tank outlet here. And I highly recommend, if you are fitting a water tank inside your van, to use some kind of standpipe. So you put a standpipe in the top of your tank and draw water up to the tops. That way, if you get any leaks, you're not going to flood your van. And because of this risk of getting leaks in this van, because my outlet is on the bottom, so imagine if I had a pipe coming straight out of here and it leaked, I've got no way of turning the water off. And it would pretty much, I'd end up with potentially 190 litres of water inside my van. So to prevent that from happening, that's why I'm fitting a tap directly to the outlet of my tank, and this way I can isolate the water in the event of any problems or leaks. I'm going to put plenty of PTFE around this, because when I tried it just now, the tap ended up sort of here, or was it there? I think about there, like that, and I want it directly central, so it's a little bit out. But if I plug the thread with enough PTFE, we should end up with it somewhere in the right position. I reckon that'll do. It's about half a roll on there. You can't even see the thread anymore, look. That should be enough. Let's just start the thread with my thumbnail. That's it. Just use my thumbnail to cut a thread in that PTFE to get us started. Hopefully that will go straight in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Now I'm going to use as much domestic pipe in this van as I possibly can, purely for the fact that if I do have any leaks and I'm out in the field somewhere, say, I can easily get pipe from any DIY store. Oh, look at that, almost. That's good enough. It's a little bit off to the wonk, but yeah, that's alright, that's not too tight. Unless I get it that way like that. Oh yes, that'd be perfect actually, like that. There you go, on, off. Ha! Brilliant. Now, to install this tank in my van, to hold it down, I'm going to use these straps, tie down straps. And I've used these straps before in a multitude of vans. What I do, I fit little D-rings in the floor and a couple of these straps, and it secures the tank down, but I've only got two. And ideally, I'd like to have three, because I want two going this way and one going across it. Also, I haven't got any tie downs yet, but that's okay, because I don't really want to secure this tank in a permanent position until I've actually built the bulkhead to the bed, because I'm not sure which side of this the bulkhead's going to go. I'm not sure exactly where the bulkhead's going to end up, so I'm just going to leave this tank flat on the floor for now. I may put some rubber matting underneath it actually. Do I need to put rubber matting under it? Yeah, there's a little bit of a ridge on there. It has got a bit of a ridge, so I'm going to put some rubber matting on the floor, lay the tank on top of that. I'm not going to bolt it down or strap it down. I'm going to leave it until I actually build the bulkhead to, that separates underneath my bed and the living area, because I don't want to be restricted where that bulkhead goes by the tank. And for the same reason, I'm not going to quite connect this up just yet either, because there's a lot of, I'll do that later, isn't there? So the tank's going to go about there. What I don't want to cut this off just yet here, because I want to put a T-piece in this, because in my Sprinter I have the ability to fill my water tank from inside the van. So I have a filler cap around about, it's going to come up here in my kitchen top, so I can actually pour water into this tank with a 5 litre jerry can or bottle, and I don't have to do it from outside the van. Now, to fix my tank down in place, I'm going to use good old ratchet straps like these. I might not use these particular ones because I don't like the ends on these, but what I usually do, or what I've done in the past, is put down securing eyes into the floor and then use ratchet straps to actually strap the water tank down in place. And with this tank, I'm going to have two going across this way and probably a couple going across that way as well, because this is a rather large tank and I really don't want it to move anywhere, especially if I have a mishap. I don't want it coming flying forward and going through my van and destroying everything in its path. So I'm going to get slightly stronger ratchet straps and really strong tie downs as well, and I'll probably end up bolting them somewhere through the floor. If I can bolt those to like a chassis rail or something like that, even better. Now I'm not going to fix it down just yet, because I want to make sure that I've got this in exactly the right place, and to do that I really do need to put my bed in place and the bed bulkhead. The bulkhead's going to separate the underbed storage area from the living area, and I don't want to commit to where this is going to sit until I've actually built that bulkhead. I want to try and do it all in one go, like place the fuel tank, place the water tank and the bulkhead, because I want the bulkhead up against this. And I'm going to have a nice little sort of mouse hole feature where the water tap's going to come through, so I can turn it on and off and get to it really easily. But it's quite a crucial positioning for the water tank. It's got to line up perfectly with that bulkhead, so I'm not going to bolt this down just yet. For the same reason, I'm not going to connect the filler pipe either, because I want to make sure this ends up in the right place in comparison with the bulkheads. It should end up about here, because I've marked it all the way along here. I've got tape on the floor, so I kind of know where the bulkhead's going, but that is purely a guide. So we're just going to leave that there for now and wait until I've actually finished building the bulkhead and the bed before I clamp this down into place. Also, I've got to sort out these holes in the top of the tank. I've ordered a level gauge, which I'm hoping will go there, and one of these is going to be a vent that's going to come out, put an elbow on it, come out and go to the floor, so when I fill the tank up, the air comes out of the tank, and when it's full, the water will flow out as well. Yeah, so that I shan't cut just yet, we'll leave that like that, and we'll carry on doing some other jobs. The main thing is it's there, it's ready for when I come to finish off doing the bed. Well, I've just had an Amazon delivery of all the parts I need to finish off installing my solar panels, including my point-and Wi-Fi aerial and the glands and everything that goes with that, so I can actually finish drilling holes in the roof, putting all those wires in place. And once I've done that, I can actually start insulating the ceiling. But we'll save that for another video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video and you found it mildly entertaining, slightly informative. If you did, then I'm pretty sure you'll find this video just as entertaining. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.